Dynastia XVI, Duodecim Virorum. Merres Aethiops primus regnum administravit, quem secutus Stephinatis, et hunc Nechao seu Nicepsos, quibus vitam functis Aegyptii duobus annis abseque rege fuerunt, turbatis omnibus, cum etiam ad bella perventum esset. Duodecim igitur loco regnis e maioribus duces praeficiuntur, quibus omnis regni cura commissa est. Verum cum annis quindecim simul imperium tenuissent, regnum ad unum reductum est, hac de causa. Cum stato tempore hi duodecem viri sacrificassent in templo Vulcani, et ultimo die festo libaturi essent, porrexit eis pontifex aureas fialas, quibus liberare consueverant, aberrans numerum, duodecim videlicit vidis undecim pialias porrexit. Ubi Psammeticus, qui postremus eorum stabat, cum non haberet fialem, detractam sibi aeram Galleam tenuit. Libavitque ferebant autem et coiteri omnes reges, et tunc quoque gestabant Galleas. Nectum quidem dolo malo Psammeticus Galleam tenuit. Coiteri tamen id consulto factum esse ab Psammetico existimantes, et in memoriam revocantes oraculi responsum, eum solum Aegypti regem futurum, qui aerea in fiala libaset, eum maxima potentiae suae parte exultum in palustria relegarunt, qui tandem Ionibus adjuvantibus, qui casu in paludes apulerant, Aegyptum violenter recuperat, quo administrato annis quadraginta quator, filius eius Apries nomine, aeres regni factus est, secundum Herodetum et Diodorum, quam vis Eusebius inter Psammeticum et Apries duos alios ad hoc reges ponat Nechao, seu Nicepsos, et Psammiten. Apries itaque seu Vapres, qui secundum avum suum Psammeticum fortunitissimus extitit omnium ad eam aetatem regem XV dominatus annos. Quod intra tempus et bellum Sidoni intulit, et cum Tiro pugnam navali contendit, succesit Apriem Amasis, seu ut Eusebius Anemasis, idque eam, quam sequitur ratione enarrat Herodotus, cum adversos Cyrenaeos Apries exercituo misso magnam cladam accepsisset, id ei imputantes Aegyptii re bella verunt. Opinati, se ab illo in apertam pernicium fuisse dimissos, ut his internecione deletis. Ipse Aegyptiis imperaret securius. Haec graviter ferentes, plerique ab eo desciverunt. Id ubi rescivit Apries, mitit ad eos verbis sedanos amasin, qui cum pervenisset reprehendensque dissuaderet. Ne talia facerent, quidam Aegyptiorum ei ad terco stans Galliam circumdat, eaque circumdata inquit se illam ob regnum imposuisse, nec hoc eo invito factum fuit ut ostendit. Nam simul atque ab is, qui desciverat Aegyptiis declaratus esset rex, se apparabat tamquam contra Apriem muturus. His cognitis Apries mitit quendam hominem nomine paturbemin ut amasin, ad se perduceret, verum cum insecto negotio ad regem Apriem rediisset. Apries iram percitus, per tabemi aures nassumque praecidi jubet. Id intuentes coeteri Aegypti, qui cum eo hactenus senserant, virum intero eos probatissimum tam foede indigentque tractatum, ne tantis per quidem differentes ad coeteros trans eud, se seque amassi tradunt. Is auditis Apries armatis auxiliaris ex Laribus et Ionibus circitur triginta milia in Aegyptios tendit. Praelio itaque circa Marium pagum commisso, Aegyptiorum res superior fuit. itaque captus Apries strangulatusque interit. Amasis suscepto regno iuste imperavit annos quinginte quinque quo fatis functo dynastia 27ª increpit. Quam campises persarum rex Aegyptium armis capit, Kircher annum Olympiadad sexcinte tria, quam victor in statio fuit Parmenides Gamerinaius. Kircher's 26th dynasty of the 12 men. Merres, the Ethiopian, first administered this kingdom, followed by Stephinatis, and then by Nechao, or Nicepsos. After their deaths, the Egyptians were without a king for 2 years, in a state of turmoil, and wars had even begun. Therefore, instead of kings, 12 chiefs are appointed, to whom the whole care of the kingdom was entrusted. But when these 12 men had held the government together for 15 years, the kingdom was again reduced to one ruler, for the following reason. When the 12 men had sacrificed at the appointed time in the temple of Vulcan, and were about to offer libations on the last day of the festival, the supreme pontiff handed them the golden bowls with which they were accustomed to offer libation. But, erring in number, he only gave 11 bowls to the 12 men. Whereupon Psammeticus, who stood last of them, since he had no bowl, took off his brass helmet and offered libations. But all the other kings also carried it, and at that time they also wore helmets, and not even then did Psammeticus hold the helmet by evil guile. The others, however, thinking that this was done deliberately by him, and recalling the answer of the oracle that only he would be king of Egypt who would offer libations in a bronze bowl, they banished him, stripping him of most of his power, to the marshes, who at length, with the help of the Ionians, who had accidentally landed there in the marshes, forcibly recovered Egypt. After he had governed for 44 years, his son Apries, by name, became heir to the kingdom, according to Herodotus and Diodorus, although Eusebius places 2 other kings between Psammeticus and Apries, Nechao, or Nicepsos, and Psammites. Apries, or Vapres, therefore, following his grandfather Psammeticus, was the most fortunate of all kings of that age, having reigned for 25 years. During this time he brought a war to Sidon, and fought a naval battle with Tyre. Apries was succeeded by Amasis, or as Eusebius spells, Anamasis, and Herodotus relates this with the same reason. When Apries sent an army against the Cyrenians and suffered a great defeat, the Egyptians, blaming him for this, rebelled, thinking that they had been sent by him to open destruction, so that, having destroyed them by extermination, he himself might rule the Egyptians more securely. Bearing this most grievously, most of them deserted him, and when Apries learned of this, he sent Amasis to them with words of consolation, who, when he had arrived, rebuked and dissuaded them from doing such things. A certain Egyptian standing behind him put his helmet around him, and when he had put it around him, he said that he had put it on for the sake of the kingdom. Nor was this done against his will, as he shows, for he pretended that he had been declared king by those who had deserted the Egyptians, and he prepared himself as if he were going to move himself against Apries. When Apries learned of this, he sent a man named Paturbaemen to bring Amasim to him. But when he had returned to King Apries, with the matter resolved, Apries, filled with anger, ordered Paturbaemen's ears and nose to be cut off. The other Egyptians, who had hitherto felt with him that a man whom they had trusted so much had been treated so shamefully and indignantly, did not even for a moment differ, but went over to the others and surrendered themselves to Amasis. Hearing this, Apries, with about 30,000 armed auxiliaries from the Lares and Ionians, marched against the Egyptians. Thus a battle was fought near the village of Marius, and the Egyptians were victorious, and Apries was captured and strangled to death. Amasis, having assumed the kingdom, justly ruled for another 55 years, when the fates had fulfilled their purpose. Then the next 27th dynasty began, when Cambyses, king of the Persians, captured the Egyptians by arms. In about the year of the 63rd Olympiad, during which Parmenides Gamurinaeus was victorious in the stadium.